Hello everyone, it's Dawn and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to our long-time subscribers, our new subscribers and anyone who happens to be wandering past for the first time. Well, we're in the middle of a mini Valentine series and today we're going to be making a frame. I think we're going to call it a framed heart Valentine card because they are framed hearts. So it's quite simple. You will need, this is a die cutting machine, this is a die cutting exercise or a die cutting project. So you don't have to use dies, but especially with this area, there are other ways of doing it. You can hand cut a circle and then hand cut a die and just stick it in the middle like that if you want to. So if you haven't got dies, it's not absolutely necessary. You can just freehand, or you can find something of the size that you want to cut round and then you can make your own hearts. But this is principally a die cutting project. So, but as I've said, if you haven't got a die cutting machine or you don't want to do die cutting, there are other ways of doing it. So I'm going to show you how to make it. It's quite easy. So let's get on with it. So I've done a red and black, or not red and black, I beg your pardon, red and green for the background. But we're going to do a more coordinated one for the next one, for our project. We're going to do a lavender theme because I like lavender. So we're going to slide that to one side. And you will need a 5x7 card mat, or card base I should say. This is just white card on the inside, or on one side. This is actually from the latest Hunky Dory, this card, if you're wondering where that came from. It comes from the latest Hunky Dory box set, which is still available. I can't remember what the number is though, so if I can find it, I'll link it below. But that's where that came from, and all the others came from all sorts of places. They didn't come from any one place. This is just another scrap project. This is about the only thing that isn't a scrap because it was one of the few pieces I've still got intact. So that's our card base, 5x7. You will also need a 6x4 mat, and I've embossed this mat. Any embossing folder will be absolutely fine. And on the back, I've got some strips of foam tape, which I'm going to take off. And usually I put some glue on there, glue stick on there, and put it down afterwards, but I'm going to be a bit risky and do it straight away. So, I think we did pretty good there. So there we go, and I've done it like that because I wanted a bit of that border showing. I absolutely love that border, it's absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm going to show you how we make the embellishments. Now there are a couple of ways of doing this. I'll slip that up there so that you can still see it, sort of. Now, to get the effect of, bring this one back, with die cutting, to get the effect of this, there are two ways you can do it. You can either die cut your circle first and then die cut your heart die into it, or you can do what I did. And I'll show you, it's ever so easy. What you do is you take your circle die. It's all right, I was just grabbing myself some washi tape. You put your circle die wherever you want it on your white card. You don't have to use white card, you can use whatever colour you like, but I'm using white. Then you balance, or you place your heart die, or whatever shape you're using inside. Take a piece of washi tape to hold it all together. Hopefully it'll stay still. So you tape it down like that. So this is how you prepare your dies before putting them through your machine. So that will stay down. If you're really worried, you can put another bit down like that. But to be honest, this is another scrap. Again, this is all scrap. This was scrap white card, and that's what I've used for the other ones. So you just run it through your machine like that, once it's all taped down. I won't bring my machine down now because it's jolly heavy, but you just tape it together like that, all in one piece. Run it through your machine, and when you've done that, you will have, if I can get hold of it, a piece that looks like that. So you'll have a circle with a heart shape in the middle of it. Well, more or less in the middle. So what we're going to do, we're going to add our paper, our coloured papers. Now again, these are all scrap pieces. This is a scrap piece that I found in my scraps drawer actually. So what we're going to do, we're going to turn that over, and I'm going to use red runner tape for this. If you want to use glue you can, but I find it a bit messy. I'm not the neatest person with glue, I'm rather messy with glue. I usually get it everywhere. So I'm going to use red runner tape, but if you want to use glue or you want to use another type of tape, that's absolutely fine. Use whatever you feel comfortable using, or whatever you usually use. And then I'm going to turn that over. I'm just going to pop that out of the way for a minute. Pop that in the middle so you can see what I'm doing. Keep the pattern straight, that's always a good idea. If it's a pattern paper, keep it straight, or however you want, whatever orientation you want it. Lay it down like that, give it a good press. Obviously that's bigger than we need, so what we do is we take a pair of scissors and just cut around it like that. But I would say angle your scissors into your circle die like that, like I'm doing. So don't have them flush, just angle them in. It gives a neater edge. So we're going to do that all the way around. And the other tip I'll give you is don't try and turn the scissors. Turn your die cut. So hold the scissors in one position at an angled position, and just keep turning your die cut like that. And when you get to the end, pop that out of the way. You will have a piece that looks like that. So that was easy, wasn't it? So we're going to turn that over. This is a double-sided paper. I had a tough time deciding which one to use, but I thought for the rest of it, it looked better. Now, you'll need the dimensions of this. And for our largest circle, I used one large circle, and that was a 3-inch diameter, and the largest heart was a 2 1/4 inch diameter. And I will add all of these measurements. There are quite a few because of the dimensions of the different dies I used. There are quite a few measurements. I will add them all in the description below. And on the back of here, I am just going to add some foam pads. Not using foam tape this time. I'm going to use foam pads because we don't want this too thick. In fact, 3 down the middle will probably do the trick. Oh, we could do... Yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't think it's necessary to put any more than that on. So now we're going to start putting this card together. So I'm going to bring this back into the middle. And all we do is we start off with the large one. Well, I've started with the largest one. And we're going to just peel off the backing tape of our foam pads. And where should we put it? Somewhere near the top, but I think within the confines, more or less, of our mat, our embossed mat. So we'll put that one there. And I've got 2 more. The hearts, or the circle dies, are the same dimension, or the same diameter, which are, if I can find it, 2 1/4. So that's this circle is a 2 1/4 inch diameter, and the heart is a 1 3/4. And again, I will add all of these down below because it's a lot to remember. And I've got them on a couple of foam pads on the back. So we're just going to quickly, or as quickly as we can, pop that off. And like I did on the last one, I'm going to slightly overlap it like that. So those two will just be overlapped like that. Now this one, the heart is exactly the same, but the circle, I beg your pardon, is exactly the same. The smaller circle, the 2 1/4, but the smallest heart is 1 1/4 diameter. And again, I will add all these below. And once more, I've put foam tape on the back, or foam pads on the back. And I'm going to take them off like that, put them over there out the way. And where should we put that one? I think we'll put that one down there in that corner like that. And that's coming together really beautifully. Now I've just got one more thing to add, and that is my sentiment. And by sheer coincidence, I found a lavender sentiment that said "with love." And I've got some foam, I have got foam tape on the back this time. And I'm just going to take it off, and I'm going to put it down here. It'll just about fit down here in that corner. So there we go. There is our lavender themed. Well, I'm calling it a Valentine's card, but when you put "with love," if you don't, unless you don't have to put "I love you," you can if you want to, obviously. But if we put "with love," it doesn't have to be a Valentine's card. It can be you can send love to anybody for any reason. Even if you know somebody who's living on their own or is going through a tough time, just send them a card that says "with love." It'll cheer them up enormously. So that is our "with love" Valentine's card in our lavender colour scheme. But this one didn't really seem to have a colour scheme at all. It just came together, well, more or less on its own. But this one was my sample card that I made. But I have to admit, I do like the colour theme best. So we'll slide that one to one side for now. But I do prefer the colour theme, but that's probably just me. So there we go, guys. This is our framed heart Valentine's card, and we made it from scraps. So I hope you've enjoyed this and found it useful. If you're not a subscriber and you're enjoying this video, please do hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, and you'll be informed of every new video I make. And I will see you soon with my next one. So in the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care everybody, have fun, and as always, happy crafting. Bye bye for now.